Oh, I'm stuck.
Heads.
You gotta shift the whole keyboard over?
And Whiskey Tango is
What?
our room administrator.
People
so
used to do
everybody
that
say
back in
hi
real
to
old school
Whiskey.
days
He
with
will be
using
your
E
admin today.
and everything shifted over
So
one key
any pauses
because
or any rules,
old school
justifications will
FPS
go
games
to
had
Whiskey
tons of weapons you had
Tango,
to switch to, so you
as
needed
just
more
as a
keys
heads
free.
up,
Like Quake
this
had like 10
is,
weapons,
just from the
but
records of first
WASD
games,
became more
LW
popular
Purple,
later when they got rid of that
won
shit.
their first match.
Let me tell you too, IJKL is awesome for Fortnite because building is so easy.
And Los Muertos defeated
But
the Fighting
anyway, let's
Mongooses
get this started because
3-1.
I don't
So
have
Fighting Mongooses
too
here
long.
I am presenting to you here on the main channel, and the games that are scheduled tonight are up on the screen. We have the Fighting
Skip forward a little
Mongooses,
bit.
which is that this does not go long, versus T15 for you here as to Kings Row, and we will be
Skip forward a long way.
map. Dorado also is a very interesting map, and we'll.
There is no problem before Dorado, right? Like they let us.
On
Dorado was
right
easy, yeah.
No, oh, I got booped off. That's a pretty bad thing.
I meant like getting it started. Yeah, Victor got picked here really early.
Oh. It's not like sort of desperation time, game over. So
the other team kind of played it weird though.
Here we go.
You were Ryan here?
Yeah, he was Ryan here. We
Should I be
defended.
saying things? Can I say anything?
You don't.
There's no voice team chat here. So our voices will get
Wait,
confused.
you are not.
Black
seeing...
screen.
Oh, see. You are not. I do not see you in the viewer list here.
I mean, I left. I'm gonna rejoin.
Alright.
I thought you said saying thing.
Alright. When you rejoin, let me know. Yeah, there you are. Are you seeing anything here?
Welcome to Dorado. This is an escort payload map for those who do not
How do I make
other people seeing things? Is it just me?
I see it. I think I got that too. I don't remember what we did to fix it.
understand what
Wait, what's the problem?
type of map this is.
Victor's got.
If you the host pause and unpause, it usually gets rid of the black screen.
I've done that a couple times though.
This is the payload as they will.
Alright, like you guys see me pausing and unpausing.
Yeah. Yeah, he should leave and rejoin then.
I should charge my phone. I think I already put it on the charger. But if I didn't, it'll be dead, and that'll be bad. But I have to go check. I'll go check. I'll be right back.
This worked before. Man.
Okay, I am returned. Phone in hand.
Oh, email. Okay, brain doesn't work.
Oh, Contenders is already playoffs. I forgot.
How does playoffs and contenders work? Does it stay within regions? Do they go inter-region?
No, it stays in region. It's like separate tournaments almost each region. There's nothing where they end up combining into one.
Yeah, Contenders is online, so you can't play cross regions. It would be unfair, right? They just play a single elimination tournament at the end. But I don't know. It's just sort of like a, what's the word I'm looking for? Moral victory? I don't know. Because they win, but then they just go into another contender season. There's like no reward.
There's money.
There is money, but how much money for the winning team?
Season 0 was $100,000, I think.
Yeah, but Contender Season 0 was actually best teams.
Yeah.
So there's no how. Maybe it's still.
It could be still that much. I don't know. I don't know though. I literally
every
because
region,
of Al, I
like-
stopped watching as much. Yeah, for every region that would be kind
Because
of.
some of the regions are really weak. Like if there was $100,000 for Australia contenders, it might be worth it to send an American team to Australia just to win it.
Yeah.
Because there were like high Masters players in Australia contenders. Like it's not. It's literally one small country. That's it. Anyway, I'll stop interrupting so you guys can actually.
All
Yeah,
right,
you mate.
Victor. Let's see if this is working.
Most teams will establish a defense up
I'm
here
playing
on
it right
the
now,
high
so
ground as
I'm gonna take that as a things are not working.
Oh, they're not. Let me blah, blah. I want to start calling like safe mode or like.
Safe
Hey,
mode.
tell you what, Victor. Let me Discord stream my screen for you.
Okay.
Discord stream.
Discord, you can screen share.
Really?
Indeed.
I was unaware of this.
Not know that either.
Ba-dum. Ba-dum. Are they coming back? Or do they have to be? Because then they won't be able to hear me. Because I'm talking
I
in
wonder
here.
if it would work if he tried it not in Chrome.
I don't know.
as the attacking team will
Ba-dum. Hello. Who was that?
Unfortunately, I forgot the part where it takes us out of this voice chat.
Yeah.
So that's not going to work after all.
This was like working just like a week.
will come
Do you guys have
through, so
Skype? I
they'll
think you
either
can
set up
just screen
here,
share through that and still
on
stay
this
in the
ledge or on this ledge
Discord.
and give them the
I haven't
first
turned
corner.
Skype
A
on
lot
in
of the
ages.
Skype is
times,
horrible
with that,
they
though.
want to
It's
make
way
sure
too low
that
bit, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You would be better off
they can, stop the
waiting
payload
for him
right
to
here
figure out how to make
before, they get to the archway, as
Alright, well, I'm just gonna play it
as,
up until
we go through to the second point.
it
and
starts.
Second point defense is a lot of the times started here on this ledge right
We are
here on this
defense.
balcony, as we see.
Yeah.
We've always had with the
fighting
black
mongooses
screen issue is
come through,
if you join while it's
and they
paused,
will
you
be
don't get to
preparing for
see.
their
You get a black
defense.
screen until it's unpaused.
And we will be with a dumbass in the meantime. So
I love how they
they're
just
ready to make sure that we have.
seem to refuse to be able to pronounce this guy's name properly.
There we
The
go.
man.
Got
It gets
proper-
more and more French throughout this whole game. Boss sounds
Duma.
like some sort of like
Musa Duma.
classical painter.
Maybe if I restart it, you think that would help?
It might.
I guess you've closed the whole browser and started it again.
Might as well try.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let me try to restart this. It'll probably kick all you guys. Yeah. Just rejoin again when you can.
Teach left, no rules, guys.
Woo!
If Teach isn't back in 15 minutes, we are legally allowed to leave.
Where did that come from? Like,
It was always a rumor when I was in like high school.
I don't think it was an actual rule.
It was a rumor.
I guarantee you, I've been more than 15 minutes late to class and my kids were still there.
Oh, now I've got double teach.
Oh no.
Oh, let me mute this. There, you
Okay,
guys
now.
better?
The visualizer's pretty cool though.
Yeah.
Alright, I think I might be okay now. Maybe.
Well, I mean, I haven't started yet, so.
I remember that happening to one of my math teachers in high school, that he forgot to come to class. And we all waited like 15 minutes and then left, and he saw us like after school that day. He was like, "You guys know my office is like next door. Come knock on it." What the heck?
Yeah.
That feeling when nobody actually wants to be there.
Right, it's like the
No.
kid. That's like being the kid who asked the teacher if there's any homework. Like when the
Ooh.
On Friday, 10 minutes before the end of
Yeah.
class.
Hugo, what do you teach?
English. Britlet.
I wanted to know whether or not it was
I'm a student teacher, though, so.
It is mongooses.
What-
Oi, mate.
Versus
What age
T32
kids?
in
High
Group
school?
D,
Oh, I'm jealous.
LW
I work with
Purple.
middle
That will be
schoolers.
our 8 p.m. matchup
Ooh.
where we
middle
will
schoolers are the worst.
Alright, Vic, how's it working?
The
let
screen
make
is still
sure that
African
we
American.
have-
try
Continue on,
hitting.
and I'll figure it out at
Yeah,
some
the
point.
proper-
I'm gonna just restart everything.
Are you recording, Eva?
I'm going to. I was.
At this point,
It reminded me.
you might as well get started, and maybe he fixes it mid-match, and if he doesn't, he can...
Yeah.
Let me just start recording. I haven't recorded a visor thing before. Is it? Let's see. Let me get rid of that one. Window capture, probably. There. Okay, so ideally this would be working right now. I don't know if
Oh,
it is.
well, I
Wait,
got it. And you just paused it.
It's playing now.
Now I'm looking at Junkrat.
Now it's paused.
you're looking at a Junkrat. That is good.
That's a dumbass butt.
That's a Dumas.
It
Dumas
looks
butt.
like here we're
Okay,
ready
now
to
it's
go.
working.
We're
Dumas
gonna free
sauce.
up
Alright,
ourselves.
it's working,
It
we're
looks like
working.
Dumas is actually
That's
going
good.
to
Alright,
position
well my
himself
recording for
below
some reason
and
isn't
take an
working.
aggressive stance with that Junkrat
I'm
there.
recording.
Gonna try to see if
I
he
think
can
I
get
probably
have
an
it.
early charge here.
That
right
is
out the
okay,
front door.
Faz, I'm
It's,
just gonna trust
early
you then.
flank there, very aggressive. So we're gonna take a top view here to see how they set
Okay,
up.
so we're on defense here.
No, Damas has actually come right back. He will be in. It looks like
Start
a
off the
pharmacy
match doing
here
it not very good.
from LW.
So here, our Victor gets conked off, falls down. Probably when we see that they have a fair mercy, we should probably just rotate right away because we're not going to accomplish much from the poke, and we risk getting booped off. Faz, you can eat with your defense matrix when you see her going for that conk right there.
Okay.
You can eat that, and that would save Victor because he gets conked here. So that you could do that. I think ideally when we see this fair mercy, we would immediately rotate, just start to rotate kind of over towards the choke here.
As they're trying to, how tall gets
When Victor gets conked, ideally I think Victor, I would have you just like literally turn around and try to charge back.
Yeah, that's what I thought afterwards. Like,
Meanwhile, the rest of the team try to, as quickly as possible, come help Victor as a team. We don't have a Lucio, so it won't be super speedy.
Diva can just jump down without using boosters, cover Victor when he tries to run, and then immediately fly away with boosters.
Okay.
I was wondering that, other than Diva, if any of us had also come down, would we just be dying with Victor at that point?
I mean, that's why you would have to, if you do it together, you would have to be together, and ideally, it's just so that the other team can't easily swarm Victor while he's sitting there. Like, please, team, leave me alone.
It's Victor to come down, and that is big. They lose their shield on the top.
Because I mean, they're smart. They see Ryan out of position, they just all jump him. And there goes Victor.
And he's got to have to rotate, and they jump on him really
So at this
fast,
point, we
and
don't have
down
our
he
Ryan.
goes.
We should
So
probably
Nova-
just be playing this kind of slow. Especially because they just used all their movement abilities to try to kill our Reinhardt here. We should probably just be playing kind of slow, trying to... Our main goal is to live until Victor gets back so we can take a 6v6. This is a comp that, like, with our Zen, this character, Junkrat, and our McCree, we really like to have our shield. It helps us be able to poke out these heroes a lot easier and safely. So it basically helps keep our McCree alive. So we need to live until Victor gets back here.
For the Fighting Moongooses, this has started off pretty badly for them, as now it looks like
It's a weird spectator angle, but I'm assuming Victor just like 3-tapped this Pharah because she should have had her mercy with her.
The mercy was like didn't switch off of damage boost.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, their Mercy was their worst player. Their Mercy was a like I think 1200 SR or so, and they weren't even a Mercy main. They were like a DPS player. So we probably took advantage of that. If this Mercy was like better, right? They would keep their Pharah alive likely here. It would be very difficult for you to finish that kill. It is kind of risky to go for that because if you end up dying there, we probably just lose this whole first point, right? So good aim, good clicking. Waited, notice that the Mercy is kind of a bot. Take out the Pharah, but just be aware of your positioning sometimes, because sometimes you go for these plays that they're like high reward, high risk, high reward. Where like if it doesn't come across, like if this goes the other way, right? If Krovek dies to their Pharah right here, then we just lose the whole first point. There's not a chance 4v6. They'll just walk into us WM1 and we'll lose. But
On the topic of the pharmacy, what should I be learning from this? Stick on healing at almost all times and not damage boost as much, or when is it appropriate to damage boost?
If your Pharah will be taking damage, it is not usually worth it to damage boost.
So basically, whenever we're in the air flying over the enemy, always be pure healing.
Right. Like if you're really far away and they only have a McCree for hit scan or something like that, you can damage boost because the McCree's going to do what's McCree's minimum damage? I don't remember, but it's really low. He has really bad fall off. And so you're safe to damage boost him from far away. Once he starts to get closer up, or if they have a hero like a soldier that can do a lot of damage to them, once they get into a position where the enemy team can focus them and start doing damage at them, you want to be healing them.
Okay.
So like what I'll do with my Pharah is whenever my Pharah goes for an aggressive play, right? They'll be just poking from afar. They'll start get someone low, and the whole team starts moving in off that. When we start moving in, I will usually just heal them until the main threat to them either dies or is like preoccupied. If I see like, let's say they're running a soldier and their soldier is just like uncontested, I will be just healing my Pharah. But then let's say the Winston Diva dives the soldier and the soldier is unable to get a clear line of sight or something, then I can damage boost the Pharah. Right? So when you're playing in a Pharah Mercy, especially as Mercy, or especially in a Pharah Mercy, it works for other things too, but especially when you have a Pharah, you don't want to be just flying around looking at your Pharah all the time, right? Because whether you look at her or not, you can still treat her exactly the same. You still see her health bar on the screen. You still know when she's low. You should know by positioning and looking at the rest of the map what kind of damage is incoming. You can tell based on where your beam is aimed where she is. So if you need to fly to her, you can flick over there and go fly. So if you're looking at the rest of the map and keeping in mind how to keep your Pharah alive, as well as when to balance your being with your Pharah and being with your tanks, it would be a lot more helpful.
McCree's lowest damage is 21 at 45 meters.
Okay, so that's like negligible, right? You take them, what's that? 9 shots to kill someone, 9 body shots. That's
It's not enough to out heal the beam.
yeah.
No, it's not enough. It's not enough to out damage them. Even if he
I'm 60 HPS.
Yeah, you can literally react to it slowly and still be able to heal them back up to full. But yeah.
Looks like LW4 was going to go, but they just lost their Pharah, so how tall goes down
Man
next
kind
to
of thing.
Krovek. They were ready for a pharmacy here, so therefore he's going to get...
See, like, here, our positioning is basically the same as if we had Victor here with a shield, but we don't have Victor here with a shield, so we're kind of lucky that they aren't just playing more aggressive and taking out our... Where'd our Mercy go? I stopped paying attention.
Pharah, so
Okay,
then
how
so-
McCree can
goes down
insta-die if
Krovek.
they discard him and
They
send
were
both
ready
tanks
for a
in.
pharmacy here,
Yeah,
so
straight
therefore
back.
he's going to get res.
He has no way of surviving.
Yeah, so this McCree is very scared right now. Like you should be as a DPS hero, you want to be behind your tanks or at least working off of the space that your tanks create. If you are standing in front of your tanks like this, or if you lose one tank early on and keep fighting like this, you're in a real dangerous spot where it's very difficult to live. I think somehow you do end up living. I think their dive is really uncoordinated.
The advantage there still
Yeah, so you get healed and they have an uncoordinated coordinated dive. Faz ends up face tanking for you, and so we lose Faz. Faz's mech. All of this all the danger that happens here can be avoided if when we lose Victor, even if Victor dies here, if we just continue to back up and then fight again at 6. Victor is almost back at this point. So like keep that in mind. It is pretty much always better to wait and fight at 6. It's better to wait as long as possible to fight with as many people possible.
Their main tank goes down. But
see, like Victor's here. We wait if we back up just a little bit. I don't want to be dead horse, but you know, if we get out a little bit earlier, we still have our mech, and we can take a fight here.
You also weren't contesting the cart during any of the time that you were fighting, so whether you literally ran all the way back to spawn to get Victor would have not affected the positioning of the cart in any way.
Yeah, we're still fighting in exactly the same spot. We're just fighting down a mech, and they rezzed their Pharah. Yeah, they rezzed their Pharah. We killed their monkey because their dive is incredibly uncoordinated on this map. It changed a little bit on Volskaya. I don't know why. Nyx's replacement maybe had some good comms. I don't know. But
really good, yeah.
Yeah, he was good. But yeah, so we kill this monkey, which is kind of lucky. But if we were playing a better team, this would have all just been us in the kill feed dying, and then Victor shows up late, and then Victor would die again. That's how I expected it to look once I saw Victor go down. I was like, oh no, we lost first point. I saw nobody was leaving, and then the other team didn't punish.
Takes down Faz's mech, so it is going to be a little bit of an advantage. But Onyx takes down Faz's mech, so it is going to be a...
See, like here, Victor,
I'm shielding nobody.
Yes. You're yeah, I mean, this shield is protecting kind of nothing. And against a dive comp, it is difficult to play Reinhardt because they can just walk past your shield very easily. But like the Genji just kind of jumped back here. But even so, if we played on this side, Krovek probably lives. On the other hand as well, if you see that your shield is over here, it's a terrible arrow, whatever. You see where your shield is. If you see the shield is there, try to position yourself behind said shield. Because that's basically like free safety. I think you didn't quite notice because you turned around to look at the Genji in the back. So the two kind of parts of this is Victor shield placement is probably your positioning is a little bit off. You should be over here instead. And the rest of your team is unaware that your positioning is off.
It's primarily the job of the DPS to stand behind the Reinhardt shield.
Yes.
It's not the Reinhardt's job to know where people are behind him.
You mean he can't see behind himself?
You know what? Believe it or not, he does not have a rear view camera. I don't know what kind of technology.
Actually, he does. You can hold down left click and.
Well, I mean,
that wastes so much time that he's not looking at where he's.
That's not a rear view. That's just looking behind you.
He's not supposed. He's not supposed to do that.
I like to think it's just Reinhardt just swiveling his head and just like his neck is straining.
Basically, the only good thing about that addition is that he can do that surprise 180 Earth Shatter.
Yeah. But yeah, so use Reinhardt's shield because right now our Reinhardt is getting 0 value. I don't know why. I think this is the D.Va shooting at him. I don't know why this D.Va is doing that instead of going with the Genji into the backline. but they are. So, but this Ryan right now is getting kind of no value and is in a similar position as when he got booped off, and we need to be utilizing his shield because we can all see if you look forward, you see, hey, I don't have a shield. Change that, and you look forward and say, hey, I have a shield. Awesome, and then you can talk to Victor, say, hey, Victor, can you move here maybe or something like that to help get both of you guys on the same page. But you want to really be on the same page between your main tank and the rest of your team.
To be a little bit of an advantage. Oh, and Onyx gets 2 now. Krovek goes down, but gets immediately res. They need to make sure that he stays alive to deal with the Pharah. And
that was a nice trap. It made me happy. He built ult very quickly, right? We don't have trance yet. No, that's not ours then. We don't have trance yet. I don't think any of us were really ready for this ult, and so we were really saved by Dumbass here. Dumbass, comms obviously aren't in this. I have comms recorded. I also kind of remember comms a little bit. So I can refer to them back if we need to, or if you guys want to, or something like that. But one thing here is Dumbass has been really good about saying, hey, hero is trapped, focus them, right? So Genji is trapped, he's blading, we all kill him. We kind of got saved here. But if he had not gotten trapped here, we probably just lose to this. Krovek,
he's still blading with the Orb of Discord on him with no support from his team. He can still die to just a stun grenade.
Yeah, so you can... Well, I don't... Give me 1 second to think. I'll have to look back on it. But when you see like a Genji dragon blading like this, Krovek as McCree, go for a flashbang, and everyone just immediately focus them. Which we were doing a good job of recognizing that's what we're supposed to do. There were times throughout this match that is not what we did, but we like comms were something like Genji's blading, focus Genji, and meanwhile nobody is shooting at the Genji, which happens sometimes, and that's just do what you say, right? Like just kind of follow what Victor's saying, follow what whoever's talking, understand that it's for a reason. So yeah, focus the Genji when he's blading. He's got Orb of Discord. You can with Orb of Discord, can you flashbang headshot him? Would that kill? Japes?
I'd have to look at the numbers on it because let's see.
Flashbang
it's
is
30%. So yes, that would kill him.
Okay. So yeah. Either way, go for the flashbang headshot. Even if he's not discorded, it'll get him really low. It'll get your Junkrat land.
Just stunning him is enough though, because like if you stun him and body shot him and your Zen body shots him, like to me as a Genji player, even if this Genji is full HP and he's not in the trap, that's still a really bad blade because he's pushing into enemies that have CC and he's discorded and he doesn't have any healing on him from his.
In the wise words of hydration, Genji, never play Genji because when you blade, you get booped around everywhere, and enemies use every cooldown, which is what you.
Yeah. Also, Dumbass doesn't even have to trap this Genji. If he just throws a mine in the Genji's general direction and knocks him away, that'll shut the blade down as well.
Yeah. Feel free to use cooldowns on this Genji. Faz, you could boost into his face, do a lot of damage. You can send mines in, flashbang. Charging sometimes
if you're really good.
If you're feeling confident, but yeah. So do a good job. This Genji never has any support, so we did a good job of killing him.
Early Genji blade here. Oh, and he gets trapped and killed. Oh no! Was ready to go to town on the back line and he didn't have a shot at it. He got.
Their Mercy walking away instead of using Guardian Angel.
Yeah,
Krovek
no, their Mercy
was walking.
That's why you wanted to keep the McCree up.
Krovek kills the Pharah again because there's no Mercy pocket. Their supports are definitely the weak point.
Yeah, their supports were. Their supports are.
This is now this now being a one fight for you guys with their DPS down. You should charge forward.
Yeah, at this point, once we start getting picks, especially Victor, this is when it's time to just go real aggressive. WM1 into these people. Everyone just clean it up. Just kill everyone that's left. Sounds brutal, but do it. We tire here. This is a bit of a late tire, or early tire for the next fight. We don't really need it. We already won this fight. And I've been working with Dumbass on his ult usage because before it was just holding it too long, and so I told him just use it more liberally. And so this is him doing that. I'll refine it a little bit, but
Well, I mean, when he gets it,
He
like,
charges it
20
so
seconds,
fast.
you know.
yeah, especially King's Row Streets, he charged it incredibly fast. So it's not the end of the world. Late ult though.
With the Pharah, Nick's very, very upset that did not work out in his favor. Ankasha goes down thanks to a tire, and Faz takes down Onyx, and that will be the stop. Very good stop here by the Fighting Mongooses. They stop him in the plaza. And
So I'd be up front there.
Ideally, yes, we would be playing either to. We're really kind of on different pages here, right? Like Krovek is here in the front. Dumbass is also over here on the right side. Our tanks are here.
The
Our
DPS
supports
are out of
here.
position. Everybody else is fine.
So what I would rather have you guys do is just be playing closer to your supports here. Krovek, and if it's like a common theme where our DPS kind of wander a little bit. Oops, didn't mean to start that. So if anyone sees it, especially it's probably easiest to see it from Doublex perspective, or from this would be Inox. Just call it out. Say, hey, Krovek, I would be unable to heal you from there. Back up a little bit. Come play over with me. Stuff like that. Like I said, this works because their dive is incredibly uncoordinated. So they are unable to punish our bad positioning at times.
You saw that live, and Nick's on the.
But like, our DPS are literally blocked off by a wall from our supports. Our supports would have to like bend backwards. Like they're trying right now to rotate over so that they can protect our DPS and be with our DPS, and that leaves then our tanks with minimal support. And so we want to be playing as a unit of 6 rather than kind of spreading out like we're doing here. So just keep in mind where the rest of your team is when you're deciding where to stand, and that should make things a lot easier.
The LW Purple was ready to go to town on the back line.
I think Dumbass could probably take this center right here and move that trap up to the corner.
Dumbass's trap that will prevent them from.
Yeah, I mean his trap is under the payload right now. I don't.
Now would also be the time for that tire as they're prepping their next push.
Yeah, I mean, ideally we have tire to start this so that when the fight is about to start, he can win it before it really even starts. And then we can just win off of only that one ultimate.
Did we call? Because I think Crow's about to use his high noon. Did we call him to use it high noon, or did he?
We did. Well, basically this is what Calm sounded like when he used high noon. I have high noon here. Should I use it?
I'm always gonna say yes.
Yeah. Actually getting this full push through. Now they're coming through again. Here comes Windmill on the Diva.
He has to use high noon when he catches the Pharah Mercy in a bad spot. It can't really be anyone else telling him.
Yeah. So when you see say the Pharah use her rocket boosters jump jet thing, I don't know exactly what the ability is called. The thing where she goes up really high. That's usually a good time to use high noon because that is most of her ability. She has just moved herself often a bit far away from cover, and pretty often as well, the Mercy then flies up with her and doesn't have Guardian Angel on cooldown for another couple seconds too. So when you see that, you can go for a high noon. You can potentially kill both the full Pharah Mercy just with that one ult easily right there. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world. High noon is not the most impactful ultimate. So that's the only way. Yeah. So that's really the biggest impact that you'll get out of it for the most part.
jumping directly into the back line. They've got the Junkrat ready, so it is anti-dive, and refuse to quit goes down. There's not enough that will do.
So like that was good. You got a little bit more, but you catch the Fair Mercy out of position, and that was smart there. We did a good job there of they dove with their Winston Diva. I don't know why their Genji wasn't with them, but they dove with the Winston Diva onto our Mercy, and we immediately kind of turn around to try to help our Mercy. She gets Orb of Harmony. She's able to fly out, so that's good to recognize that you're being dove. Kind of get out. Ideally, you would have tried to fly to your Zen over this way. I don't.
With refuse to quit,
jumping
directly into the back.
So you end up
to the back.
flying to. You either flew past Victor or flew to Faz here. Ideally, I would have you fly over to your other support over here, because that would just get you the most distance and to a safe spot, because where you ended this flight is still kind of dangerous. And if you didn't have the Orb of Harmony, you probably would die here.
Ready, so it is anti-dive. Refuse to quit goes down. There's not enough that will do. Not enough.
So part of that is as Mercy when you're positioning, you want to, before you're even dove or anything like that, you want to kind of be aware of, hey, if they dive me, what kind of areas can I run away to, right? And if you do that, then you realize, hey, you know, I have McCree Zen playing back here. I can fly over to them. They will protect me, and I'll be safe. So just kind of look for those kind of spots as Mercy.
Defense matrix that will stop
go back a little bit.
Junkrat bombs. Do Junkrat ready? So
Actually, I'd like to see that whole section again.
Look at where Dumbass dies. I never know where he's at.
With refuse to quit, jumping directly into the back line. They've got the Junkrat ready, so it is anti-dive, and refuse to quit goes down. There's not enough that will do.
He's over by the mini over there. We called out that the McCree was that the Genji was behind here, and then when the Winston Diva kind of dove in here, we kind of gave up on the Genji because he was no longer doing anything. Dumbass was still keeping eyes on him, and he lost the 1v1. He lost the 1v1 here. We end up cleaning up the Genji though, right?
Your supports being positioned so close to the front line made it so that neither of them were available to heal Dumbass. The Mercy couldn't heal because she was under attack, and the Zen couldn't heal because he had to heal for the Mercy by healing her.
And now LW Purple are building up both support ults, so if they get in a bit of trouble, you'll see Onyx and Akasha pop one right away. But Dumbass here with the anti-dive, Junkrat is doing a lot of work here.
He likes this area over here. I'm gonna have to talk to him about the positioning kind of stuff that we're going over now. Where
it's not that bad for him to be doing this Junkrat, because if they dive him, he can just mind jump away.
But they have a fair. I don't want him to be taking free spam where they can dive him before, because they won't need to put that much damage onto him. So I don't want him being here.
That's true. He would have to react and immediately jump away if he saw the Pharah focusing him.
Yeah.
He's already had 2 big plays.
But Junkrat should be seen as a mobility hero, as long as he has his mines available.
Now the pharmacy is now back in on attack. How tall gets the ult there, but he
this was good. I was really proud of you guys here because I'm listening to comms, and comms say, "Hey, watch out! This Pharah is about to use ult. Faz save defense matrix. Pharah ults. Faz defense matrixes." We use chance. We maybe don't need chance, but he felt like
needed to because he would have died.
He might have lived.
Go back 1 second and watch his health bar. I was looking at the same thing.
Now the pharmacy is now back in.
I remember sort of yelling at him, but not really. It goes down so low.
Ooh,
I think he lives barely, but it doesn't.
Right as I reloaded, so
He lived because he pressed chance and gave himself invulnerability.
Either way, I don't hate this chance because
it doesn't matter because now the Pharah's dead. You can still WM1 into them and win the fight off of this trance.
Yeah. So I mean, it's not a terrible trance or anything like that. Ideally, we would be slightly quicker on reacting to the Pharah. Krovik said he had. I keep changing. Krovik said he had to reload. It happens, whatever. Faz flies over there as soon as he sees him. That's good reaction.
Is Faz flying into the Pharah as well as just matrixing it? Have you mentioned that?
I
Pharmacy
have mentioned
back
that.
in,
He's done that
back in on attack. How tall?
before.
Always
gets,
do it.
The ult
He
there,
didn't
but
do it. See,
does
he
not
stood on the
actually-
ground. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
I think I boosted, but stayed on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to do that. You want to, if you have your boosters available, immediately boost into the Thera
Okay.
while defense matrixing, because she will kill herself when you collide with her.
Yeah. Just
Oh,
use
that's right.
use both of your cooldowns right at her when you get in her face.
A lot of divas will stand under the Thera and hold down defense matrix. This isn't as good because, for one, if you have only partial coverage, the barrage might kill someone. Two, you can block the damage, but you could be killing the Thera yourself. The diva, if the Thera barrages and you can solo kill her. Just hold down matrix and fly into her, and then let go as you collide, and she kills herself with the splash damage like instantly.
Okay.
You can also fire your rockets into her, but the most important thing is that she does like 200 DPS to herself when you crash into her because of the splash damage.
Yeah. But anyway, we clean this up. Dumbass gets to play the game here because it's a shutdown, and then he also accidentally killed the Zen and accidentally killed the Diva.
Down goes two. Victor takes two of
But
his
this
own
is good. This right here is what I wanted you guys to do before when we start to win fights. You see people are dying. You see this happens. Victor decides it is time to go ham. He can walk forward and swing.
Go LW purple again.
And that's good. That's
almost 105 left on the clock. LW purple.
One, you increase your ult economy because you're doing more damage for a one fight, and two, you buy a little bit more time because their last death is later.
LW purple are stuck. They are stuck in the doorway. They cannot get past.
Dumbass should hopefully tire at the start of this fight. If he tires as they're coming in to kill someone, it's pretty much GG. Because they won't be able to set up in time for another fight. If he does it at like the 30 seconds left mark.
Yeah.
He can do it now. Anytime from here on, he should do it.
He did it here.
Okay, here he goes.
It looks like a diva bomb.
That shouldn't kill anyone.
So that's just our Zen being out of position. Where exactly did he die? I'm not going to spend too much time on this because our Zen was subbing.
Looks like
Where is he?
He's right in the corner. He is in a very bad spot.
Front right,
looks like
front
a-
my shit.
Let me take him from
Oh.
circle in.
Oh, he's here.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a bad spot. He should
He
be.
should have gone where Krovek went.
Like they just went inside, right? Is that a doorway or no?
No,
Yes.
that's not a door. The door he's next to is closed, but the door that Krovek went into is open.
Yeah.
I think it was just very unexpected. Well, I think we knew she had Diva Bomb, but I didn't think we expected it. I don't think we expected it like that.
Yeah, but I mean, even so, you should be positioned in such a way that
If
have
the
cover
Rhine was
cover.
extremely good, although I don't know if this is possible, you might have been able to like 180 flick your shield and jump toward the Zen and block it for him. But why was he there? Why was he in the corner?
That's just him being out of position.
Yeah, there's not that much to it. He should have gone into the door.
It looks like a
And yeah, he
diva bomb
probably
into the back
people
line
get scared of the self-destruct anyway. GG with the Reptire.
Tyre
enemy
saves
team-
us.
The
They
enemy team
tried.
does have another fight.
They tried to go for the charge self-destruct combo there. The charge was late, so Victor lived.
takes out the. Oh no!
They did hit it,
Diva
though.
Bomb
That's pretty
took out the
impressive.
Zen, but
They
a
wasted their
triple
trance, though, 'cause
kill by
everyone's dead.
Dumbass on the front.
Yeah.
If
On the
the
back line,
Zen
and
doesn't
down
trance and they have the
goes
trance for next
LW
fight,
Purple.
this is actually holy shit. That's the
So
worst fight I've ever seen.
this Genji decides that it's time to 1v6.
Again.
I think this is a very common thing in the Scrub Cup, so I'll actually interrupt for a minute and talk about this. There's 28 seconds remaining. A lot of people start acting like when there's a minute or less left, it's like overtime now. And if you just look at how much time it actually takes to set up, if you're the attacker and the card is only pushed this far, 30 seconds is plenty of time. Everybody can respawn, you still have 20 seconds, and only one person has to go touch. Your diva has boosters. Like, this is no pressure. This Genji could just dash the other way and just chill out and wait, and then use his blade at like 10 seconds or 5 seconds. Like, he panics because he thinks the game is about to end, but 30 seconds is plenty of time.
Yeah.
I think that they threw their ults away because they were thinking this was the last push, but it's not. If the enemy team stops you that fast,
The ult there just to save herself. The Mercy.
this is a good Valkyrie. The Genji getting
Why
a
the
kill
Genji
here is
ult?
just
Here? just focus him. Everyone should be focusing. He's literally the only one around. I'm gonna assume Flashbang was off cooldown, or maybe he missed. Either way, everyone else should be focusing him. He should be dead by now.
Krovek does go down, but he's only the one that that's it. Nyx is now trying to come back.
Double comes
Nicely
up.
done.
Oh yes.
Double has to
do a lot
res
of damage here.
Krovek though.
Trying to come back.
Oh, Double didn't res Krovek. That was
I think he had already read the.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, I read Zenyatta earlier.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, yeah.
And I figured even then, wait, no,
it's
soldier.
It's fine. I like that you switched to soldier to get back.
Now trying to come back.
Some people would have been attached to
Immediately
that
then
90%
gets
high
killed
noon,
by Dublek.
and that would have been a mistake.
The Mercy then. The Mercy basically
So this
saved herself
means
by Valkyrie
we get a
all the
5v5
way
here.
up into the air, but
I'm okay with taking this 5v5 because since he switched to soldier and died earlier, he'll probably be back close to the same time.
When did we Earth Shatter? Did I miss that?
Diva Bomb into the back line takes out the. Oh no!
Did you
Okay,
solo shatter their Ryan?
you solo shattered their Ryan because you didn't.
Because he didn't want to die.
Took out the Zen, but a triple kill by Dumbass
Yeah, I know.
on the back line, and down goes.
In this
It would have
comp,
been
I'm okay with
It would
that.
have been better to let yourself die and come back and then have the Earth Shatter for their enemy team's last push.
In this comp, I'm okay with that though because it is hard to get a good Earth Shatter against this.
Did I Valk
That's
just
fair.
for
Down
Genji?
goes LW Purple. Nick's now trying to be a hero, trying to see if he can get anybody in the
No,
back
you
line.
rocked
I
it
said the
against
bulk was
pistol.
okay because the thing is, it
ult
lasts
there just
20
to save
seconds,
herself.
so you're
The Mercy
still gonna.
actually
Or is it
goes up
15
in the
now?
air. Krovek
It's
does
15
go
now.
down, but he's
Ah,
only
never
the
mind
one
then.
that that's it. Nyx is now trying to come back.
Well, I was gonna say you're still
He
gonna be in
immediately
bulk
then
when the
gets
enemies come
killed
back for
by
their last
Dublek.
push, but actually you aren't.
Mercy-
Because that
the
5
Mercy-
Yeah,
seconds.
it ended.
The Mercy
Yeah,
basically
so-
saved herself.
I think the
by
only thing let me do
Valkyrie
was get that
all the
Genji.
way up into the air.
Otherwise, it was not
But
a
there
good.
Yeah,
was
because
nothing
if
that
you guys
Nyx could
have
do to
bulk
take
and
her
shatter
out.
for this fight,
There's 6
then
seconds left. No, 0 time left.
you guys are
They
still gonna
in
win, but it'd be
overtime.
like
They have to
auto
win
win.
this fight. LW Purple
like Victor
is in
could have just shattered. Like
desperation mode.
any
They
time
need
now,
to
you
get
said it's hard to shatter this comp, but he could have got a 5-man shatter at any point here.
This is true. Good block.
to get this through. Earth Shatter does not get anyone. Dumbass again kills How Tall.
Nicely done with that combo
Good
too.
charge. Just nice execution all around here.
And 2 more kills on the side.
We let the Mercy res on the cart, which is something that I talked about after our last scrim. I want to kind of
Earth Shatter does not get
focus
anyone.
down Mercies a little bit more. I mean, obviously this is not the easiest spot to get to for the rest of our team, but there were a couple worse ones throughout the scrim that I was just like, how did she get that res off? Come on, team.
This happens to my team all the time. Even with multiple diamond level DPS on your team, you will still have Mercies that just stand in the middle of an open field and res and live.
I did it multiple
And
times.
it's so
I
triggering
remember
to watch it
that.
happen.
Yeah, just try to focus that down a little bit more. We end up winning the fight, so I'm okay with it. But we can, if we kill this Mercy here, that makes it that much easier.
Between Dumbass getting this
Dumbass
pick and this
again
nice
kills How Tall.
Ryan charge
2 more
and
kills on
plus
the side. Fighting Mongooses.
self-destruct
They've
play, it's
got a
already over.
full hold here going. They
Damage
are
doesn't
going to
interrupt the res, right? We
finish
have to kill
How
her
Tall
or
trying
bring
to
her
do
up.
his best
Yeah, you
to
have to
try
kill
get
her or
anybody down,
displace
but
her.
it's just
Yeah,
windmill
but
and How
But she
Tall
has only
left
218,
on the
can't
point.
move.
Spawns are in their favor, but they
I
can't do
can move
anything.
slowly.
That's going to be it.
Oh
LW
yeah,
Purple.
but you can't
I
move
have
enough
some
to,
movement.
you know.
You're not going to dodge any damage. You're
Okay, that if you put it that way.
You
no.
can boop her though, and if you boop her too far away from the body, it cancels the res.
yeah.
And it goes on cooldown.
So like Lucio can do it, Diva can do it. Obviously the Ryan couldn't have charged because he already charged to make the self-destruct play, but I'm just making up examples. Junkrat with his mines can do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that I think it's
Yeah, so I'm gonna
Junkrat
keep going
with
here
mines-
because
best
we
way.
have to go shortly, and I also wanted to take a shower before we started. So I want to finish this map.
Stuck.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. I just
They played 4 maps, right?
yeah. 4 maps. We won 3-1.
I will review one of the maps for you guys on my own and post it, and then you guys can do the other ones together just to save time for you. Because
Okay.
Animal Farm, well, Animal Farm was about to scrim, but I was gonna say, if Animal Farm doesn't have any scrims for me to watch, and
This is going to be a tough task.
I can
because
do
you need
some
the
for
golden
this
box of
instead.
victory, which is for either
Okay.
team to win this. So
yeah, just pick. I watched all the maps, so just pick which
for,
one.
This team
Volskaya.
to win
There was
this,
King's
but,
Road, there was Volskaya, there was
but it
Li
looks like
Jiang.
the Fighting Mongooses are going to have a really, really good shot.
The thing
I
is,
want to do Volskaya live.
Point.
Yeah, I was
You
gonna
know,
say the one that
okay.
you guys did the worst on, you should do with
Now
Viva, and you
they're
should do it
going to
live.
set up here
Just
with
give me a
a-
random one that you wouldn't do otherwise.
Look at
like
King's Row, because
they're
you
setting up
you
a
guys
Winston
played them
Diva, but they're
too
going
on
with
Robot
a
House.
Junkrat
That's true, we
Soldier
did.
here to give themselves a
So
little bit
yeah,
of
do
variety.
I
look at
remember
King's Row
Kings
for
Row.
me.
There were like 30 Riptire kills between the two teams.
Yes.
It was literally.
It was a game of fire in the hole.
Like,
gotta be
it was
careful
good.
You think of
because the
Overwatch,
way the
you think
dumbass
of
is
like
playing,
bad
he'll
Overwatch
try to
metas where
tear
it came
down
down to which
windmill
DPS would carry
shield
harder,
as
and it would be like
fast
Widow
as
or
possible.
Genji.
So he'll be
And in this
blocking
game, it was like
on-
Battle of the
Even though he's a very
Junkrats.
good tank and refuses
Okay,
to
like
use
right
the
here,
backline
this
as well as
Genji's
trying
gonna be in
to
this
take
red
down
building.
Victor
I want to say I go
and
until
so
fast to jump and
that is
look.
what we're going
There
to
he goes.
see
He's
here.
looking,
Both
and he's not there then. He must have get there some point after that, because we were kind of checking and looking where everyone was.
Oh, yeah. You'll see
no
see
Pharah
here
on the
where
side
he
of the
goes.
Fighting Mongooses,
I
so
never
we
knew
really
he was
don't
up there
have to
till I
worry
watched
about
the
that.
video.
Lucky for them,
Okay.
because they really don't have
And
a
this,
mid
I
tank
think,
here. So
see, like he
Pharah
goes up there
probably
now.
would have been a good choice on the Fighting Mongooses.
He's
And then he
really
just
mobile.
stands up there AFK and doesn't even do anything. Like what? What is that?
He's just
He
kind
gets-
of.
he gets crow at some point.
Flank from behind. As you can see the fight here, it
They
looks like some,
go for an early contest here because I guess they're scared because the card only has to go here, but they only have one fight. So if I was them, I would still be taking a fight in a good place to fight
I
rather
agree.
than a bad place to fight. But
If they lose, they don't have time to get a second fight anyway, so they might as well fight at the last second.
Why
Yeah.
did they go up there if they're just going to drop right down? Like that's the part I didn't understand.
because that's where you go.
Nah, you go up there even if you're gonna drop immediately, just because it gives your hit scan opportunity to build ult for free.
What hit scan?
They have a Junkrat. Their Junkrat.
Oh well. Okay, so the real question is why are they running that comp?
Yeah,
Standing up there.
it's just it was a bad idea.
What would I
they
run
got
if I was actually
25%
trying to win this?
charge.
I'd probably run a Torbjorn and put a turret in the market somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, like a Torba.
You have to go for some
that would
desperation
work.
shit in order to actually win in this situation.
Yeah. Torbarissa could potentially work if you win the first two fights off of surprise.
basically initial poke.
And then you'd have Maul and
And
core
it
by
looks
then.
like Victor
Yeah.
immediately goes for how
That was a
Those
good
are-
leap.
Good leap up here. We scare this Junkrat off to here.
goes for how tall. Who
Now they just have two DPS sitting here and the rest of the team here. And since
When
their
you guys get
positioning
your
is
movement
so
ability
bad.
jumps right out of the
Follow
way.
him
And we
and
have
kill
a
him.
switch.
Well, look at what
Oh,
ends
he
up
is
happening
seized.
here. Yeah, it's like since their team is just botting out, Victor can just go ham.
Switch. It looks like
Genji's still
both
just farting
tanks
around.
from Mongooses have now taken the high ground and
So our tanks just walk to their supports.
I actually don't like that because you're leaving your own backline completely unsupported.
Yeah, I mean,
It would be much better. You guys just might not be able to do this so fine, but it would be much better if the tanks were on the cart and then you had DPS over there and you were running flanking DPS instead of trying to flank with your tanks.
yeah, and the comp that we switched to off of this is Dumbass Goes Tracer, Koba goes Genji, and just then we would be looking for that kind of flanking DPS into a 4-man dive.
Yeah.
Kind of play. Here, this
Because if you have your tanks over there, it's hard. Look at how low the Zenyatta's HP is.
yeah
Granted, the Zenyatta should be farther back, but it's like, who's going to push the cart now the tanks are doing that? Because anybody else in this team comp, if they stand on cart, they're throwing.
the thing is with this is they don't usually fight here, right? This is a weird place for them to fight.
Yeah.
And so people are a little bit flustered, confused about like where do we go?
Why are the enemy team doing this dumb shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see.
You
still won on like the first or second try, right?
Yeah,
Right. This is it.
we do this because they don't have anything to protect their supports here.
ground and trapped.
And
So
also
this
their
is-
supports,
on the low,
their
but
supports have always been a weak point. See, you're just going to trade backlines, and it's going to come out in your favor because you have this respawn advantage.
Yeah. Ideally, what we would do is after we jump here, instead of chasing this, we would either chase the Junkrat to this high ground, or wait a little bit, then attack kind of around here area. Just pressure them from here. That way, our DPS and our backline don't get pressured for free.
low, but Nyx gets the first kill, but on
Because that whole time that you guys are walking
the
around
way, and we
flanking,
have a switch.
which props for you guys being together.
Both tanks
That's good.
from Mongooses have now taken
But
the high ground. And
this whole time that you guys are doing this, the other team is in a 4v6, right? So they have like 5 seconds.
I'm not concerned with the downtime so much as that I'm concerned with the fact that the tank positioning leaves the backline exposed. In the Scrub Cup, this is actually like a hero, like a carry play, because the enemy team doesn't see it coming and has no reaction to it. But a more experienced team would just would be charging forward at full speed right now, and would kill these people that are on the cart before the tanks got there, and then the tanks would arrive into a 2v6 and be like, well, shit.
That's pretty much what I was trying to say, though. Like,
yeah.
During this time, the rest of their team is just kind of indefensible. And then...
Yeah, we're saying the same thing. We're saying the same.
Yeah. So...
high ground and trapped LW Purple on the low, but Nyx gets the first kill, but Victor takes out Onyx, the Mercy from the
holy
LW Purple.
shit.
So now all the kills are going all
I think
the way
this is actually about where I
Mongooses.
showed up.
Down they go, and it looks like
They
it's
were
a
just
little bit of
unable to
communicate.
comprehend what was happening.
Nyx is on the back.
So we just
trying to stop him. No, Krovak takes him out, and it's like
made it work.
sailing. Is there anybody else that are going to be a comeback? This could be it.
It wasn't a bad
Trying
play.
to charge in,
It's
trying
just
to
a play that
trying to
could
get
have
to
been
the point
punished
as fast as he can. They're
if
trying
the
to
enemy
body
team
block him and stall him. They
had a better answer to it.
I like this, that we're pushing up. We could
Yep.
potentially leave even 2 people on the cart. Krovak, you could...
Oh,
potentially
yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
there.
But so, I was talking to BY as we were watching this, and one of the things I said is, like, I like that they send everyone forward and put 1 on, but if they were more experienced, then they would probably realize that actually if they put 3 on, the enemy team doesn't have touch.
Yeah. Like
Rafa
certain
actually
scenarios-
talked about how even in the Overwatch League, a lot of teams actually miss opportunities to finish the point by putting 3 on.
Yeah. It's like, I would rather you guys always push up than always 3 on.
Yep, I agree.
So this is why I'm okay with this. When it's so close, you can leave 3 on to just get the quick push. And win easy. Give me 1 second.
Yeah. The optimal thing to do would have been to have the Mercy and Soldier stay back as well and send the tanks and the Junkrat forward to zone. But that requires you to have some instincts for like how fast the cart is going to go relative to how far and how much time the enemy team has to come back and so on. And rather than worrying about that in game and trying to do the calculation, it's better to send everyone forward.
Yeah. So
Except for the one guy. You also left the correct person behind, so that's good. I can't tell you how many times, even at much higher levels, you see like the soldier or like the
diva
like an
sitting on the
important
cart.
person, like a tank or a DPS staying behind on the cart because the Lucio was like, "Hold on, guys, I got a frag."
So yeah, this is good. You did exactly what I told you guys to do, which makes me happy. I didn't foresee this being as far as you guys had to push it, but good job. And you managed to catch this Mercy because they're like ignoring you because they have to touch the point. And we just frag out and win.
Just in time, he gets there, but then dies on the payload, and that will do it. A very quick
Fighting
damage
Mongoose
boosting a
wins.
shielding Reinhardt. That was really, really clean. That was good.
The Reinhardt was very clearly like he was just running to point full steam no matter what. Like just
And
heal
part-
him.
And part of with that big flank thing is like, we obviously had to, move it like 3 feet. So I figured if it doesn't work, we can always just reset. We have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's true.
That is
You go for
true.
risky play because you know that you have many attempts to get like one fight win.
You're in a high risk, high reward kind of thing, where if that works, then you win, and if that doesn't work, then you just try something more conventional. Fair enough, and I like that. I'm 100% sure. I don't remember exactly comms right now, but I remember I'm 100% sure this is Victor's idea, and Faz is like, I'm going to help him, and that is good. That is what I want from the tank duo. I want you guys working together, so that is good. Definite positive from there. Yeah, overall, I mean, we just stomped them here. Like, good job.
Should we have? Because I'm thinking about that Genji being on the red building.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's just very concerning that he was there like the whole time, just chilling out.
If he was actually spamming you from up there like he should have been, then I think you guys would have been more likely to leap up there and contest him. The fact that he was just standing up there AFK means like it's not as big of a deal that he was up there.
Yeah, if he
from the
if he is
purple, so
shooting
now
at
all
us,
the kills are going all the way
then we would notice it, and somebody would call it out, and we
You
would.
could leap up there as Winston and force him to give it up, but it wasn't a problem that you didn't because he wasn't actually using that spot to his advantage.
Yeah. So you're right to be concerned about something like that, leaving a DPS in a dangerous spot right here, but he was being a non-factor. So it didn't matter as much. If he had been spamming down from here, you probably would have recognized, hey, let's jump up on this Genji, because that's what you do in a lot of scenarios that I've seen. You say, hey, you know, let's clear these kind of areas. So you would jump up here, force
Was he
him
like
off.
hoping that we'd forget about him and then he could like be
My guess
for a
is
flank?
my guess is that he was having bad internet issues, or no, what
Yeah,
was it? It
I
was
think that's what it was.
Oh, it could have been.
Oh,
Was it-
right,
Because
he
that's
was the
why
one
they
who
that's why
got
they subbed him
PC
out.
disconnected.
he's the one that ended up, leaving. So my guess is that's what happened. He was just like trying to fix stuff or whatever, and didn't ask for a pause for some reason. So he was just kind of milling about up here. Either that, or he was having some trouble at home he had to deal with or something. I don't remember what the problem was, but if he's more dangerous, then we can deal with it. He wasn't doing anything, so we didn't have to.
And like as we're pushing around from behind, you'll see dumbass kills the Ryan
the high
and
ground
Doubler gets
trap.
the res off on Crow.
LW purple on
They
the
took
low, but Nyx gets the
ultimate
first
advantage
kill.
of it.
But Victor takes out Onyx.
Like as soon as they all turn around, Doublet goes for this res.
The entire team.
I remember this point right here. Doublet, you didn't really call this out. I kind of wish you had, just because it is potentially dangerous if they turn around again and decide to kill you. But you do notice that they're all running away and go for this res. This is a safe res. I just wish you called it out.
The Mercy from.
And then yeah, we just basically we surround them and kill them.
The play is perfectly executed.
Yeah.
The only criticism I had of it is that
the LW
there was
purple,
opportunity
so
for the
now all
enemy team to
kills are
punish
going
if they
all the
were
way
more
to the Fawning
coordinated.
Mongooses. Down they go, and it looks like it's going to be a little bit of smooth sailing here. Is there anybody left? Nyx is on the back. He's trying to stop him. No, Krovak takes him out, and it's like free sailing. Is there anybody else that are going to be?
So, yeah. Any questions about this map? I have a scrim in 10 minutes, and I want to take a shower, but I will answer questions, should you have any.
I will go so now to group up at the end. We'll farm people. I will review King's Row for you guys, and then you can do.
I'll do next time.
Volskaya and Lijiang.
Yeah, we'll hop into Volskaya and Lijiang because those are the two that gave us the most trouble too. Anyway, so I'll go through. Lijiang was like one mistake made over and over again, and Volskaya I'll have to look at more depth. But GG's, or yeah, thanks guys. And that'll be it. If you guys want, you guys can spectate if you want Animal Farm Scrim. If you want to do that, I'm sure the other team will be fine with that because we're all friends. If you would like to do stuff like that. Otherwise, I don't have anything more for you. So do what you will.
That's
Cool.
cool.
I'm going to go
Thanks.
take a shower.
All right, thanks for doing this.
Yeah, thanks for being here.